Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly, and if you see on my lap here, this is my little bunny, Cinnabon, which we still haven't decided on a real name for him since Cinnabon's already taken on YouTube. Somebody else already has their bunny's name is Cinnabon. I want to be original. So he's just here on my lap eating blueberries because it's his favorite treat in the world. So yeah, hi, what you doing? And today, I'm not going to be doing any unboxing. What I'm going to be doing is talking about my little trip to California. I went for the whole month of January and a little bit, I'm giving him too much, he's going to get sick, and a few days in February to take care of my mom. So, as it happens, my mom is, she's elderly and she is pretty much unable to move around. So in order for her to stay in her home, she needs help. So my sister that still lives in California takes care of my mom, but every now and then, yes, she needs a break. So what we do is we me and my two sisters, or if you're an English person, my two sisters and I kind of rotate a little bit. We've just started doing this to where I'll go out for like a month, and then my other sister from Rhode Island will go out for a month. And then my other sister that lives in California, she lives there, so she goes and sees my mom maybe twice a week to make sure she's got groceries and everything. So she checks on my mom all the time. But so we decided that we're just gonna kind of rotate and do this. So January was my month. That's what I chose. I wanna go out there in the winter because I live in Illinois and winter is just not my thing. So before I went out there, the new season of Squid Games came on. So my kids and my husband and I just binge watched the whole season of Squid Games. So that was fun. Then after that, I got on a flight in the morning, went to California. I was supposed to land in the Ontario airport. By the way, my name is Kelly. Did I already introduce myself? I don't even remember. But anyway, I was supposed to land in the Ontario airport, which is in Orange County, California, excuse me. So we got to Ontario and the pilot came on and said, we'll be landing in 20 minutes, blah, blah, blah. 20 minutes came and went. We didn't land. He came back on the intercom and he said, well, it's really windy, so right now we're just circling the airport until we get further instructions. So, another 10 minutes or so went by, and we're just circling the airport. Finally, he got back on the intercom. I'm watching the rabbit, sorry, making sure he doesn't chew on my cords. It's happened before when I'm doing a video, and I noticed when the video's over, he chewed right through my cord to my cell phone charger. He did. So I'm just kind of keeping my eye on him. But so we're circling the airport, and then finally he comes back on the intercom and he says, well, it's too windy in Ontario. The winds were just terrible. It was way too windy. So we were diverted to LAX. Now, I don't know if you remember, many of you do, the wildfires in LA. I'm going to show you a picture over here, or over here, somewhere, of my view as we were landing into LAX. So here's the picture. Okay, now if that's not scary, I don't know what is. Hi, baby. So my rabbit just came back on my lap. So we were we were landing there, and it was it was smoky. It was really bad. So we landed there, and I didn't have a ride from LAX. My sister and my brother-in-law were going to pick me up, and they're all the way in Temecula, California. So that was actually, in Riverside County. So Ontario would be the closest airport. So I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden the pilot came back on and said, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to see if in an hour, you can see my bunny there, in an hour we're going to see if we can put you back on a flight to Ontario. So stand by if you would like. So if you do not get transportation to Ontario yourself, then I guess they were going to try to fly us back to Ontario. An hour went by and we're all waiting inside the airport. Not all of us, because some of the people left. So we're waiting there, and then they come back on the intercom, not the pilot this time, but just, you know, the airport people, and saying that, well, it's still too windy. The winds have not died down. So if you want to stick around, you can. Anyway, to make a long story shorter, if at all possible, finally was able to get back on the same plane and fly back to Ontario. So I was supposed to be in Ontario at like 3:30 in the afternoon. I didn't get to Ontario until like 9:30 at night. It was just really a headache. It was stressful, and you know, I didn't know what was going on. But anyway, I made it, got to my mom's house. The next day, took my mom to her doctor's appointment that she had already scheduled, because, you know, she doesn't have transportation, so we are her transportation. So lucky for me, my sister, no, you can't have the whole bag of blueberries. My sister has, you know, she's pretty wealthy, and she's got 3 cars, and of all things, she let me use the Lexus. So I had a nice Lexus to drive while I was out there. So anyway, I was driving, you know, my mom. We went to the doctor's appointment, and my mom's doctor said, well, have you guys lost your electricity yet? I lost mine. The doctor's telling us he lost his electricity at his house. Well, so far so good for us. So we went home. The next day, our electricity was turned off. They turned it completely off for precautions. So it was precaution, all right? So as I guess for the wildfires. So we had no electricity, and everything in my mom's freezer, refrigerator, and everything had to be thrown out because it had been over 12 hours before we got our electricity back on. And yeah, it was just a big mess. So after we get the electricity back on, I went to Walmart.com, went shopping, had a delivery, and we were good for about a day and a half. The electricity went out again. This time it was out for 24 hours, a whole 24 hours, maybe even a little bit longer. So we were like in the dark, and I had to go through what was in the refrigerator and everything again, because, you know, we had creamer, coffee creamer, and milk and chocolate milk, and, you know, I mean, things that you just can't keep in the refrigerator very long before it goes bad. So unfortunately, you know, we kind of smelt some of the stuff, and just to be on the safe side, we went ahead and did a new grocery order as soon as our electricity came back up. So yeah, there was 2 days. I think they were not 2 consecutive days, but they were a couple days out of the whole time I was there with my mom, where they just like turned the electricity off completely for us. So that was always fun. Okay, you are being very distracting. So anyway, after that, you know, I took care of my mom. We went to, you know, her doctor's appointments that she had scheduled, and she wanted to get her real ID at the DMV. So I took her down there, and we got that done. And my bunny is eating a book that I am about ready to have a giveaway on. Darn it, he took a little bite. Well, it doesn't look brand new anymore. Okay, well, I'm going to discuss this book anyway, and then if you guys still wanted to enter it, now that my bunny decided to take a little nibble, see that? Yeah, he just did that. That was not there a second ago. See, they're very destructive, rabbits are. I'm telling you, if you don't want your cords chewed and things, you know, like your baseboards and stuff in your living room, if you don't want them all chewed up, don't get a rabbit. It's a good pet, but they are very destructive if you don't watch them closely. So anyway, so we did all my mom's appointment, took her to the DMV, you know, just spent some time with my mom for the month. And then I came home, and well, before I came home, there was those plane crashes that scared me to death, because, you know, it was very sad. I mean, it's extremely sad. The wildfires, you know, were all over the news in Southern California where I was. And then all of a sudden, a plane crash happened, I think about 5 or 6 days, maybe 3 or 4 days before I was due to come home. and everyone on board died. I mean, it's just terrifying, and I hate the plane anyway. So I just hated the whole idea of being on a plane, everything about it. Some people love to fly, not me. So this just made me more stressed. But, you know, I made it home okay. Thank goodness. Knock on wood. Are you chewing on this too? Probably. So this is a reading log that I got from Amazon, and it just shows like all the books I've read, and then it has places in here to write summaries of, you know, or your review, whatever, of the book. So that's what this is. But I wanted to discuss some of the books that I read while I was at my mother's house, because I did go through quite a number of a couple Kindle books, and then this book that I'm going to be giving away. So one of the books I read, and let me just open my Kindle. So that's what this is going to kind of be about. It was about my California trip. And now I'm going to talk about some Kindle books, and then I'm going to do a book giveaway. But I read a book called Those Want Ads Can Be Murder. And it went all the way into like the 19th century of people putting want ads in the newspaper, and all the way up until Craigslist want ads that, you know, ended up in murder. You know, people respond to these ads, and then, you know. So that was kind of an interesting book. It was by Les McDonald. So it was a nonfiction crime book. Then I read a book called A Formula for Murder by Dave Vizard. And it's just a fiction crime book. Apparently, local authorities in Michigan brush aside complaints about a teacher that is preying on his female students, and a parent decides to take matters into their own hands, using prescription medication to kill the officials who allowed it to happen. And so it was just kind of a whodunit sort of book. So that was pretty good as well. I mean, it was okay. Did I say Dave Vizard, A Formula for Murder? So if you're interested in any fiction crime books, that was good. Now, a book that I want to recommend is called What We Did Last Night by Vanessa Garbin, Garbin. Vanessa Garbin, What We Did Last Night. It's a domestic thriller. And I'm just going to read to you what kind of was on the back of the book, because I don't want to give this book away, but I do want to discuss it. It says, do you love your partner enough to share them with someone else? This is the question facing Laura when a group of close friends, they were all neighbors, decide one night to put their keys in a bowl. So they put their car keys, whatever, their house keys, in a bowl, and then blindfold the women, and the women choose a key, I guess. And then whoever key you get, that's who you pair up with. So they put their keys in a bowl and swap partners. No one is obliged to do anything with their partner. But if they do something with their partner, then it's just for that one night. They're not allowed to have a continuous affair or anything, or talk about it after. It's just for that one night. And it says no one is obliged to do anything, but the rules state that what does happen remains under wraps. Not everyone is keen on the idea, though Laura's husband is very wanting to do it. Group pressure and alcohol, and they run with the idea. So events that change their lives forever. So that was a good book if you are interested. I mean, what would you do? Honestly, I don't think that I would want to do it. I mean, you know, you hear of things like even, well, I don't want to talk about sex on here, but you hear of like even people just doing innocent threesomes and everything, and it ruins their marriage. I mean, this is just something, I mean, it's fiction, but it was good fiction. It was a very good book. So anyway, I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. Would you do it? Any of you? I mean, nobody, you know, I don't know. Put it in your comments. Would you do it or not? I don't know if you'd even want to admit that you would in my comments. I don't know. I wouldn't want to do it, and I wouldn't admit it if I did. All right. This book is Ellis Island. I'm going to do a giveaway on this. This book made me mad, by Kate Kerrigan. Sorry about the little bite mark there. That you guys probably saw it happen before I even knew what was happening with the rabbit. But this book is about, all right, I'm going to read the back really quick. Sweetheart since childhood, Ellie Hogan and her husband John are content on their farm in Ireland until John, a soldier for the Irish Republican Army, receives an injury that leaves him unable to work. Forced to take drastic measures in order to survive, Ellie does what so many Irish women in the 1920s have done and sails across the ocean to New York City to work as a maid for a wealthy socialite. So basically, she is working in order to send money to her husband so her husband can have surgery, okay, because her husband was injured. While she was there, she's introduced to money, privilege, the way the rich people live. She kind of works her way up. And, you know, during this time, well, it kind of ends, and I'm not going to say the ending, but would you go back to poverty in Ireland, total and complete poverty, as you will see if you read this book? Would you go back to that? Or would you stay in New York City or the United States? Would you stay? And I'm not going to give it up, but basically, you know, he didn't want to come to the United States. She didn't want to relocate again back to Ireland. So who gives in? Or do they just stay where they are? Not going to give it away. But the book made me mad. It really made it, I don't know. I can't say anything more without giving it away. The ending, and I don't want to do that if I'm going to be doing a giveaway on this book. So if you are interested in winning this book, just put down the words Ellis Island. That's the name of the book. That just lets me know that you're interested in winning this book. And I will do a drawing on this book. Today is like, what, February 12th. I'll give it about a week, and then I'll draw the winner. And the winner will be drawn in a random video of mine. I don't know what video. I haven't even decided yet, but I'll just draw the winner. And if you are the winner and you do not respond within the time allowed, I think I'll give like usually 48 hours or something like that, then one of my channel members will get this automatically. So if you're not a channel member, you can go ahead and look down below and see if you want to become a channel member. That's just one of the perks, is for every giveaway you enter, you get 3 chances into the drawing. And if no one claims their winnings, then you automatically get it. I think the membership is like 99 cents a month or something like that. I chose the cheapest tier. So if you wanted, it's no pressure. It's just something added extra if you wanted to be a member. Okay. But anyway, Ellis Island. And I will go ahead and put down in the description box all the rules. You have to be in the United States of America. I am not shipping this out of the country. And you have to be 18 or older in order to win any giveaways at all. As far as I know, on YouTube at all, you have to be 18 or over. It used to be or have a parent's permission, but I don't even know if they do that anymore. YouTube has nothing to do with this giveaway, and the author of this book has nothing to do with this giveaway either. Let me do a thumbnail. Let's see. I don't know. I can't fake smile. Let's see. How's that? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I don't even know if I was looking at the lens or if I was looking at myself in the camera. I don't know what I was looking at. Just let me try again. All right. Well, okay. We'll see. But anyway, all the rules will be in my description box along with the end date. All right. So if you're interested, this book made me mad, just to let you know. And I'm sorry about that. I thought I was sending a very nice, pretty much new looking book to you. Darn it. My little bunny. All right, everyone. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. And please like, please subscribe, please comment down below. Share this video if you would. I'm trying to up my YouTube numbers, and I know my channel name is Kelly's Unboxing Addiction, and I'll get back to unboxing stuff as soon as I can. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.